Hello everyone. Hopefully my video won't be as blurry or bright as my last video I uploaded was. I apologize for the quality of that video. But I'd like to show one new addition to my collection CD-wise that came in the mail yesterday, and I believe it was yesterday. And I believe the VC/MC's own Scott Waters had a hand in this reissue. And this reissue is the debut album from the Christian metal band Bloodgood. Came out in, I believe, 1986. Solid debut. Very solid debut. They had a EP before this called Metal Missionaries that had some of these songs on it. Demos of a lot of these songs on it. And that's hard to come by now. I had a 25th anniversary reissue of that, which I, for some reason, don't have anymore. But I think, as I mentioned on a video talking about Bloodgood, their singer Les Carlson, at least back in the day, he had some pipes. Could hit notes that I could only dream of hitting, especially in the song Awake. If you want to hear a awesome vocal performance in a rock metal song, check out the song Awake. YouTube it, or if you have it, play it. Awake is probably my favorite song on here. Then I like Accept the Lamb, Demon on the Run, Anguish and Pain. Black Snake is a popular song of theirs, the last track on here. And from what I've seen on videos of concerts of theirs, they end their shows with that song. I've never gotten the chance to see them live. That's on my bucket list. As long as they can stay fit and able to perform, I hope to someday see them. Which kind of takes me to the next thing I'd like to discuss on this video. There's been a lot of news lately about musicians in the rock world that have been out there doing their thing for many years. Some, they've been out doing their thing longer than I've been alive. Or they started when I was very young. And there's things that have happened recently. Ozzy Osbourne cancels dates, bouts with the flu. Then he has to cancel even more dates or postpone them till next year because of a fall he sustained while he was recovering from the flu or pneumonia, whatever he had. Mick Jagger, who's 75. I don't know how old Ozzy is. He's probably in his early to mid-70s. But Mick Jagger, who's 75, just recently had a heart valve replacement. So the Rolling Stones had to postpone their tour. And they hope to get out there this summer. Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac, catches a severe case of the flu. She's in her 70s. So they postpone or cancel whatever dates And I wish all these people well. I hope they, with the things that ail them, they recover. But I'm going to echo the sentiments of Eddie Trunk, who has a rock and metal show on Sirius XM radio. He did that metal show on VH1. But don't you think that this might be your body's way of telling you it's over? And there's no shame in it being over. There's no shame in the fact that what you could do before, you can't do now. As the Bible says, there's a season for everything. Don't you think this might be your body's way of telling you to transition into the next season? I mean, AC/DC's recording a new album, planning on touring. Brian Johnson didn't tour for a while. Axl Rose toured with them. On a bum hip or whatever, he sat on stage and sang vocals for him, but Brian Johnson was away because there were concerns about irreparable damage to his hearing. You've had full, illustrious careers, and in some cases, for all the things you put your body through back in the day with your excesses, some of these people, it's lucky they're still living to live any quality of life at all. I'm not trying to be mean to these people. I really am not. But when you get to the point where, and this is a video all in itself, so I'm going to try not to go on this huge rabbit trail here. But when you get to the point where you have to use tracks in your performances to hide your inability to do it the way you used to do it. And it's not just these older bands that use tracks. Again, that's a whole other video I could do sometime. But I mean, Kiss, when they went out on their farewell tour 20 years ago, they said they didn't want to overstay their welcome. They didn't want to get to the point where they had to stoop to the level of using tracks, whatever. And more than likely, what are you guys doing now? I mean, that's up for debate whether they are using tracks. But in my mind, more than likely they are. A band that I dearly love. Scorpions. 2 members in their 70s. Thank God they've not had real health issues as of yet that I know of. Although Klaus has had issues with his voice, they've had to cancel some dates for severe laryngitis, but that can affect singers younger than him. But Klaus is in his 70s. Rudolf Schenker's in his 70s. And in some ways, in some ways, you know, Klaus just can't exude the energy he does. He's extremely blessed to be able to do what he can do. Rudolph, you know, he still has, yeah, I mean, he doesn't run around as much on stage as he used to, but the energy he does to run and jump around stage, I wish I exhibited that. I could exhibit that. And I'm 47 and I can't really do that much. But when your body slows down and your performance suffers because of diminished skills, like everybody has diminished abilities as they age. Unfortunately, that's a part of life. That's not a bad thing. There's no shame in saying, when I'm done, I can't. I mean, have you heard Vince Neil lately? Well, he's been that way for many years, so I think More Than Age has issue about that. But, or David Lee Roth, I mean, a lot of these musicians I love, but I also want to see them have happy and productive lives and long-lasting lives off the stage also. I'd like to have the Scorpions around as long as I can, but if they said tomorrow, hey, we're in our 70s, we need to face reality here and stick to it this time, I couldn't begrudge them of that. So anyway, I would love to, please, folks, give me your thoughts on what I had to say about that. And I thought I'd show you the little addition to my CD collection. Tomorrow I'm going to be heading out of town to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for NHL playoff hockey games Sunday. Looking forward to that. Saturday's record store day. I might try to find a store there in Pittsburgh and try to pick up some vinyl. There's a couple things out in record store day that I might try and look for. And if I do pick up any vinyl on my trip, I'll make a video from there. I don't know if I'll be able to upload it till I get back, but you'll see an update if I pick anything up on my trip. But until I do upload another video, everybody have a good day, good weekend. Please give me your thoughts on knowing when to say when, how long you think, give me on that whole thing about our favorite musicians as they age. But have a good day. And until I speak to you again, enjoy the music.